Today we're zeroing in on a coastal city that is so much more than just a gorgeous weekend getaway. We are talking about Ensenada, Baja California. If you look closely at the data and the event calendars, Ensenada isn't just some quiet port town, it is undeniably Mexico's beating heart for high-profile festivals. We're going to unpack exactly what makes this city an absolute magnet for hundreds of thousands of visitors every single year and show you exactly how to navigate its most legendary events.
So, to get us started, I want you to ask yourself something. When you travel, what's your vibe? Are you looking for the raw, deafening roar of an engine and pure unadulterated adrenaline? Or are you seeking a perfect, complex glass of wine under the shade of an old oak tree? Well, the beauty of Ensenada is that you really don't have to choose. This explainer is built kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure, guiding you through both the absolute extremes and the refined elegance of the region's top events.
Because year after year, the sheer scale of the crowds flocking to this vibrant coastline is just unbelievable. Ensenada hosts massive, world-renowned events practically every single month. You've got international sports media setting up camp for off-road desert races, and then, in the very same city, you've got culinary and wine festivals drawing Michelin-level attention. It's this really incredible mix of deeply rooted tradition and constant thrilling discovery. Here is our game plan for today. We'll welcome you to Festival City, jump into some off-road adrenaline, cool down in the craft beer capital, head out to wine country for the Fiestas de la Vendimia, talk about the legendary Paellas, and finally, help you choose your adventure.
All right, first stop, off-road adrenaline and the Baja races.
You literally cannot talk about Ensenada without talking about the SCORE International Desert Races. This scale here is just staggering, and they draw absolute fanatics from all over the globe. Looking ahead to the 2026 calendar, we've got the 58th Baja 500 running from June 3rd to the 7th, and then the big one, the 59th running of the world-famous Baja 1000 from November 9th to the 15th. We're talking about vehicles tearing through a grueling course of over 1,000 miles across the Baja Peninsula. It is the ultimate test of endurance for both the custom machines and the drivers. Now, if you're actually planning to go, you absolutely have to know how to spectate safely. Off-road racing is inherently dangerous, no two ways about it. The official SCORE guidelines are super strict for a reason. You must stay at least 100 feet, so about 30 meters, back from the racecourse at all times. Never ever drive on the course yourself, and keep your ATVs and bikes completely out of that 100-foot buffer zone. These race vehicles can easily top 100 miles per hour, and trust me, they approach way faster than you realize. Knowing and sticking to this 100-foot rule is exactly how everyone goes home having had a fantastic, safe time.
Section 2, the craft beer capital.
Okay, let's wash off some of that desert dust. Ensenada definitely isn't just a scenic Pacific port anymore. It has firmly cemented itself as northern Mexico's craft beer capital. A perfect example of this modern evolution? The Ensenada Beer Fest. It goes down every February, and it's actually the largest outdoor beer festival in all of Mexico. We're talking more than 3,000 beer lovers and foodies getting together to celebrate a wildly innovative local craft scene. Add in some great live music and games, and it's just this incredibly fun communal vibe that is a total 180 from the intense desert races. To give you a sense of just how serious this local industry has become, wrap your head around this number, 270,000. That's the amount of liters produced every single year by just one local craft brewery, Aguamala. They started back in 2005 and are famous for basically blending science and the sea. They pull inspiration straight from marine biodiversity. So when you visit these local tap rooms, you are tasting high-quality, globally recognized brewing that has just exploded in scale over the last 20 years. Moving on to Section 3, Wine Country, Fiestas de la Vendimia. Now, if you are planning your trip around wine, August is absolutely your month. This timeline maps out the game plan for the 36th edition of the Fiestas de la Vendimia, the Harvest Festivals, coming up in 2026. It is a massive celebration spanning several weeks. Everything kicks off with the opening ceremony on August 4th, complete with grape stomping and the traditional harvest blessing. Then, on August 6th and 7th, you've got the Muestra del Vino, all leading up to the grand finale on August 22nd, the legendary Paella contest. Let's zoom in on the Muestra del Vino for a second, because this event is truly the epicenter of Mexican wine culture. Held at the Central Cultural Riviera, this one single gathering features 80 different wineries pouring over 160 wine labels. But what makes it incredibly special is the producer's zone, where your wine is being poured directly by the winemakers and producers themselves. Throw in food from 55 regional restaurants and 5 different music stages. Yeah,
It is an unparalleled gastronomic experience.
And here is why all of this matters on a macro scale. This isn't just a giant party, it is a colossal economic engine for the entire state of Baja California. Looking at 2024 data and the projections for 2026, these harvest festivals pull in around 120,000 visitors, generating an economic impact of nearly 800 million pesos. It seamlessly blends tourism, industrial growth, and world-class gastronomy, giving a massive, tangible boost to the entire region.
Which brings us to Section 4, the legendary Paella competition.
This is hands down the culinary climax of the summer. I mean, just imagine the scene and the smell. 90 different teams all gathered at the Viña de Lisiaga winery, fires roaring, competing to cook the absolute best paella. They're using fresh ingredients, super traditional techniques, all while 80 local wineries pour glasses for the crowd. And it all happens right under the shade of these gorgeous 120-year-old oak trees.
But behind this massive spectacle is a really beautiful piece of local history. The event is officially named the Concurso de Paellas Dr. Ramon Garcia Osejo. Dr. Osejo arrived in Ensenada way back in 1966. He was the son of a woman from Veracruz and a man from Astoria, Spain, and he just had this profound passion for theater, art, and above all, wine and cuisine. He actually organized the very first paella contest during the much smaller harvest festivals in the 1980s. So today, this massive event stands as a tribute to his legacy and his total love for local culture.
So, if you're thinking of attending this highly anticipated event, the organizers have some actionable pro tips for you. First off, secure your tickets early for August. General admission is around 1450 pesos, and it's gonna sell out. Second, you are highly encouraged to bring the family. In fact, kids under 12 get in completely free, and they even set up artistic activities just for them. Third, and this is important, remember to leave your pets at home because they aren't permitted at the venue.
Section 5. It is time to choose your Ensenada adventure.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, navigating the incredible extremes this region has to offer. I mean, going from the roaring, dusty engines of a 1,000-mile desert race to the communal cheers at Mexico's largest outdoor beer festival, all the way to sipping wine poured by the actual winemaker under century-old oaks, Ensenada really does offer a masterclass in event hosting. So, the final thought I'll leave you with today is this. Which of these legendary Ensenada festivals are you adding to your bucket list first? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy travels!